Good evening and welcome into Hawk Talk. Jack Keffer alongside Gabe Sustick. Gabe, Hyannis Harborhawks, they drop their second straight game tonight at Guv Fuller Field to the Falmouth Commodores, a 7-3 loss. But Gabe was a 3-3 ball game headed into the bottom of the 8th inning, but then a home run off of Matt Naylor by Josh Watson, and then another home run, a 2-run shot off of James Harrington, that one coming from Michael Cantu, led to 4 runs in the bottom of the 8th inning. Yeah, it was the longest appearance for Matt Naylor, so I think Falmouth kind of saw a little bit more of what he's giving. He's great when he comes in early because he throws everyone off their game, but at some point you are going to figure out his timing. You're going to find hits, and that's exactly what Falmouth did. They got hot at the right time. They did it well against Harrington, where you would hope that they come in and have kind of good performances after being named All-Stars, but it just didn't happen tonight. Hyannis, they tacked on 3 runs this evening, but none after the 4th inning. And Gabe, they were really shut down by a very talented Falmouth pitching staff. Yeah, I mean, early on for Singer, you thought Hyannis had found his number a little bit, but he comes right back, fights through it, and really puts them down a lot. And you went to the 5th inning, and until that 8th inning, 4 runs by Falmouth, it was pretty quiet for everyone. Both pitchers were doing nice, but really Singer did a great job, as did Charlie Barnes, though. In his final appearance, he really held the line, as he did in his last start against Harwich. It just didn't happen that it turned into a win. Charlie Barnes in his last appearance here at Guv Fuller Field and on Cape Cod, as Barnes pitched 4 2/3 strong innings, strikes out 7 to tie his career high here on the Cape League. He's struck out 7 3 times this season. He is our Hawk Talk player of the game, and Nicole Hansen caught up with him. Nicole.
Well, I'm here with Charlie Barnes, our Hawk Talk player of the game, on your last start on the Cape. Really solid job out on the mound today. Had 7 strikeouts throughout the day. What pitches were working for you today that led to those strikeouts?
I think most of them came against left-handed hitters threw a lot of spin to them, so that was really working today. And then I think I had 1 or 2 on some fastballs as well. So pretty much everything was going for me. I just tried to keep it down, and they took some good pitches, and then I ended up just making a few good ones too. So.
Looking back more on the season, you've learned a lot. Worked a lot of great coaches, learned a lot of stuff. What do you think was the biggest thing you're going to take back to Clemson with you after the season?
I think the biggest thing is just all the friendships I've made. There's guys from all around the country playing, and I'm going to see a lot of guys in the ACC, see a lot of guys in regionals. So I think that'll be the coolest thing, is just the friendships I've made and the people I've met here.
Is there any game in particular that's kind of stood out to you, whether when you started or just kind of watching from the bullpen or from the dugout?
Nothing really. We just tried to have fun. It was a lot of fun up here this summer, and so that was our main goal. Obviously compete when you get out there, but other than that, the bullpen was a ton of fun. So
what do you think your favorite part was about being here? You kind of mentioned friendships a little bit before.
It was definitely nice, just being up on the Cape. The weather was great, go to the beach on off days. So I guess just being up here and hanging out and, meeting the people, that was probably the best part.
All right, great. Thanks so much. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Nicole, and thanks, Charlie. A pleasure seeing you up here on the Cape League for 6 strong starts, and we wish you the best of luck as you head back for your junior season at Clemson. But looking forward for the Hyannis Harborhawks, tomorrow they face a team that they've had great success in against the Chatham Anglers, as Chatham will come to McKeon Park. They've scored 19 runs against the Anglers, and you look to get back on the win board with this game against Chatham. And Chatham almost at a -50 run differential as well going later on to the season. They are a team that is seriously struggling in the Eastern Division. They are trying to get back on track, as is Hyannis, as I mentioned a lot of times. Going to the All-Star break is a good measurement of where you need to be at that point. Hyannis still has opportunities to get higher up in the standings. Katuitt, though, still creeping up right behind them. They have to find a way, and what way to do it against Chatham, who they've done well against so far. A week from this evening, you mentioned All-Star, will be the All-Star game at Veterans Field in Chatham. And Hyannis, they will send 6 players, Dylan Busby, Jordan Rogers, and Jack Rutherford. They will all start in the field for the Western Division, and then in the bullpen you see James Harrington, Matt Naylor, and Garrett Cave. Really encouraging that you see 6 Harborhawks players on this roster. Yeah, I think you've seen a good job from especially the 3 that are starting, even in Dylan Busby. Limited games up here so far, but he's proven himself up here at Rutherford. Of course, from the moment we saw him in the beginning, we saw that he had something special as well. And then Jordan Rogers coming up here early on. He's now 2nd in RBIs as well. He's done a big job. When you talk about the pitching staff, even with tonight with Naylor and Harrington, they still are dominant guys. You have Garrett Cave as well. The only other person you could really talk about, Alex Eubanks, who had a lot of his good outings and just struggled a little bit in the later part to kind of lose that ballot. And then maybe Ford Proctor, where a little lull
halfway through early on in the season, and maybe he finds himself in the All-Star game as well.
A week until the All-Star game, 2.5 weeks until the final regular season game. 14 games to be exact left here up on Cape Cod. Time is short, but we have got it all here on Hawk Talk and on the Hawk Talk broadcast. Gabe Sustick alongside Jack Keffer signing off here. Have a great evening.